Thank you so much for watching. Please try and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
Traditional man who has come to uplift the tradition and culture of the
Mr. Governor is here. The solution of our time. The solution is already here. Anambra State has seen the transformation. Anambra State has become people. Mr. Governor, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the solution is here. As I'm going around to exchange greetings with all and sundry gathered here for this year's Workers' Day celebration.
The solution, man. The solution is here. The man with the solution. Yana deputy, doctor, only a security base. Ogum, okay. Yana, Ogum. Nambo, Ogum, Nambo. Now, what's the one name? Odinji. I have to be Kukuye, Kuku, Aifo. The Anambra now, the solution is here. The solution has been provided.
The solution is here. Yes, he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
State anthem.
The
National President of Vice President of Ratao for the solidarity.
When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall rise, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what falls on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. There is victory for us. There is victory for us. In the struggle for our workers, there is victory for us. Come on! Forward ever, backwards never. In the struggle for Anambra State to be greater, there is no victory without us.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, as we are still standing, may I give you indulgence to invite Mr. Chukwuma to come to lead us in our prayer.
In Jesus' name. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you this morning for having gathered all of us here to mark another year of the Workers' Day. Thank you for being with us throughout the past months of the year 2022. Thank you for the new government that came into office this March 2022. Thank you for everybody here gathered. But as we have gathered, it is to appreciate you and to thank you because of the workers of Anambra State. Thank you for the greater things you have used them to do in the time past. Thank you for the greater ones they will do in this time around that we have the solution government. We bless your name and we honor you, Lord, in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. As we want to commence today's program, Father, may you come and chairman today's occasion. Lead us and direct us, especially our governor, whom you have brought, whom you have made possible to be in our midst this morning. May you bless him, bless his government, bless all the things that he will do today and all that he will say today. So at the end of this meeting today, all of us here shall have every reason to glorify your name. Thank you, Lord, because we know you have had us. In Jesus Christ's most powerful name, we have prayed. Amen.
Please, you may now be seated. Thank you very much. Mr. Governor, the Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, Mr. Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwuma Soludo, the Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Victor Uchenna Epicene Okafo, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and other House of Assembly members here present, the Secretary to the State Government of Anambra State, Professor Solo Ositadena Chukwuma, the Chief of Staff, His Excellency, Mr. Ernest Ezajo, the Head of Service, Barrister Theodora Okwi Igwebe, MNI, the National Vice President of our SND Goya present. We're talking about Chief Damian Ogene, the National President of our SATU here with us, Chief Honorable Barrister Titus Abudo, Mr. Commissioners and Madam Commissioners, Special Advisors to His Excellency, the organized labor, especially the Chairman of NLC, Comrade Chimo Orizu, the TUC Chairman, Comrade Chris Obona, JC Chairman, Comrade Edith Onwoka, Past chairman of NLC here in our midst, members of the SEC, members of FAC, all the members of the trade union organizations here present, the members of the, permanent secretary, the chairman of board and parastatals here, gentlemen of the press, my Lord spiritual and temporal, ladies and gentlemen, we are here this afternoon to celebrate the Workers' Day 2022. And this will be the first for Mr. Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Adeliwo, Tony Mr. Solution. I tell you, the solution is here. If you go around Anambra State, you will see that it is no longer business as usual. If you do anyhow, you will see anyhow. And that we are money. So, ladies and gentlemen, to commence the event of the day, Dr. Metarise, please invite the NLC.
Mr. Governor, sir, may I crave your indulgence to invite the State Chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress Anambra State Council to present our address. My comrade, Chair, Comrade Chukwuma Soludo. Come over the side.
Presented by Comrade Chukwuma JP, IION, State Chairperson, Nigerian Labour Congress, Anambra State Council, at the 22 May Day Workers' Day celebration at Dr. Chukwuma Spear on this day, 1st of May 2022. Protocols. Mr. Governor, sir, permit me to stand on the existing protocols. It is with utmost humility and gratitude to Almighty God that I welcome on behalf of the State Administrative Council and the State Executive Council of Nigeria Labour Congress, Anambra State Council, to the 22 May Day celebration. I am indeed grateful to God who has spared us to see this blessed day, having been blessed with good health and energy to attend this ceremony. I welcome in a special way Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, Governor of Anambra State, and other government officials here present to celebrate with us. Permit me to acknowledge and welcome all great workers of Anambra State, our senior citizens, labor veterans, civil society allies, the royal fathers, other dignitaries who have come from all parts of the state to grace this occasion. May I use this opportunity to congratulate once again Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, and his deputy, Dr. Onyekachi Ibezim, on your historic victory on November 6, 2021 Guba election and swearing-in ceremony on 17th of March 2022. We, the entire workers of Anambra State, are happy for the future that you have committed yourself to leading Anambarians into, and you have no doubt that you and your team are prepared to serve and deliver on your mandate as clearly stated in your manifesto and inaugural speech. We are particularly moved at your vision to turning Anambra State into prosperous and livable homeland, driven by philosophy of one Anambra, one people, one agenda. It is our prayer that God will perfect this laudable vision as we hit the ground running. The entire workforce of Anambra State wish to assure you of our solidarity, support and cooperation in this onerous task of taking our dear state to a greater height. The theme of this year May Day is Labour, Politics and the Quest for Good Governance and Development in Nigeria. It is a fact that labor in Nigeria has been in the forefront in the struggle for good governance in Nigeria since independence to date. Labor is now seen as the mouthpiece of the majority of the citizens in this country as labor rises to their defense, especially during the adverse times. Labor in Nigeria has made some critical and landmark contributions in the others' quest for struggle struggle for good governance and development. This fact is agreed by millions of Nigerians whose lives have been positively impacted by labor struggle over the years. However, more needs to be done since the nation is still under the tight hands of some politicians who do not have the interests of the nation and the downtrodden at heart, but are highly determined to bring the nation to death economically, using politics as a tool for this purpose. Labour should close ranks with all its affiliate unions to produce a formidable front as 2023 election approaches to continue positively impact on majority of the citizens for good governance and development. Dear Governor, permit me at this juncture to briefly present some of the sectorial labor issues that need your intervention, sir. The national minimum wage. Congress wishes to bring to your attention that the new national minimum wage of 30,000 and its consequential adjustment has not been fully implemented in the state. What was paid as the new minimum wage was far below what is contained in the signed agreement between organized labor and the government. Congress, therefore, demands that a minimum of 200 million be added to the wage bill of workers in the state to cushion the effects. Contributory pension scheme. The issue of contributory pension scheme in the state has been a recurring issue in all our May Day addresses from 2023 till date. Labour have made submissions to previous government that the scheme was designed not to succeed and demanded that the scheme be scrapped and money deducted from workers in the name of the scheme be refunded. Our position on this has not changed. Labour requests this your plea to be looked into. Revisit of deduction from workers' salary for the capitalization of Indian Microfinance Bank. The Congress demands to revisit the deduction made from workers' meager salary between March 2021 to May 2021 for the capitalization of Indian Microfinance Bank and how it was expended. Inclusion of labor in board and reconstitution of boards. Congress demands in inclusion of Nigerian labor leadership and its affiliates in boards, especially the Anambra State Primary School Service Commission, Anambra Universal Basic Education Board, and Anambra Primary Healthcare Development Agency. The Congress also requests for the reconstitution of Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, Asia Board. Labour says a board and contribution of local government service board to give Labour a say on the issue that affects its members. Settlement of arrears and gratuities and pension. The payment of gratuities or retirees in the state is now 5 years, 2027 to 2022, including Anambra State Broadcasting retiree. But I want to announce to this Congress that our governor is an action governor. He's a doing governor, and he has started with the pensioners. At least some pensioners that are here can testify to that fact, that something has been tickling into their accounts since last week, since Friday last week. Please, let's say for our governor. Outstanding arrears of pension. Some primary school pensioners of 2022-23 approved for payment through JAG by the Governor Peter Obi in 2014 is yet to be settled. Harmonization of pension. For more than 3 decades, pension has not been harmonized in the state. The fact is that most pensioners who retired many years ago receive about 2,000 as their monthly pension. Review of pension. Pension shall be reviewed every 5 years or together with the State Civil Service Review, which is earlier. It is most unfortunate that pension was never reviewed for more than 20 years now. Congress therefore appealed to our dear governor to look into the issue raised above and direct that the liquidation of all these areas to enable pensioners to receive their gratuities and pension alike. Settlement of 10 years arrears arrears of salaries and pension to Anambra State Worker Corporation and Anambra State Environmental Protection Agency and SEPA to alleviate their sufferings they are passing through. Problems of the health sector. Upward review of consolidated health salary structure, CONHES, from 60% to 100%. The Congress appeals to our dear governor to approve for review of CONHES from 60% to 100%, as was done on consolidated medical salary structure for medical doctors in the state. This will boost health workers' morale, thus increasing productivity and quality of service delivery in the health sector. Immediate implementation of hazard allowance to all health workers in the state, as approved by the federal government and implemented in federal institutions. Computation of retirement benefits for animal health workers in the local government with consolidated health salary structure, which was their last salary structure and before retirement. This is an aberration that should be corrected without further delay. Implementation of long overdue uniform allowance for nurses and midwives in the state and the local government system. Recruitment of staff to replace vacancy created by mass retirement in the service. Recruitment of non-tutorial staff in the universities, colleges, and other educational institutions. Recruitment of 2,000 nurses and midwives to fill the gap in the state for efficient service care delivery. Recruitment of community health, environmental health officers, and other health professionals and the staff. This should be addressed urgently to boost manpower required for effective service delivery in the health system. Recruitment of secretarial and data processing officer to maintain official secrecy in the MDAs. Recruitment of more teachers in primary and secondary school. And recruitment of junior staff in the local government system. Problems of teachers. Decay in infrastructure, especially in the rural areas, inadequate supply of teaching and learning aids in our schools, non-payment of nearly 400 teachers on extension of service for over a year now, regardless of the resolution of Anambra State House of Assembly. Then non-payment of 2021 leave allowance to secondary school teachers and all other workers in the state. Local government issues. Consolidation of salaries of heads of local government administration. HLDs as the administrative head of the local government have animal job schedules. It is therefore appropriate and their strategic role to consider them. It is therefore appropriate to consider their strategic role in the administration of the local government as 30 years to consolidate their salaries. Then return of payroll to local government areas. The third is to grant full-fledged department to information units in the local government system. Request from non-academic staff union. Integration of staff of Kenedike E-Library Board into the central payment system of the state to avoid persistent delay in payment of their salaries. Implementation of 17.5 peculiarity allowance of ASUBEB and post-primary school board. National Union Road Transport Workers. This is the only registered trade union recognized by labor laws to manage parks. Congress demands the restoration of the union statutory duty of management of parks in Anambra State government. The government printing press. Majority of the printing equipment in the government printing press are obsolete, and some of them are over 35 years of age and can no longer cope with the modern day printing business. Congress therefore requests for gluten machine of high capacity, DI machine for printing plastic posters, flex, etc., and code machines. Congress also requests for the motivation of staff of this establishment through payment of hazard allowance, staff salaries, and leave allowances to be paid direct from government along other civil servants. Congress passionately appealed to our dear governor to confirm the acting managing director ABS, Mr. Gabe Obalanze, the most senior director in ABS, as substantive managing director. progresses through the rank and becomes managing director. It gives a sense of fulfillment to all staff and encourages them to work harder and more professionally as to get to the pinnacle of their career. Payment of responsibility allowance and other allowances. Payment of the approved rate of responsibility allowance to secretaries, secretary assistant and data processing officers as contained in Rule 13015 of PSR 2018 edition. To complete the payment of 2021 leave allowances, promotion to be timely and abolition of 2 years arrears of promotion and payment of complete promotion arrears. Training needs of workers. Mr. Governor, sir, the need for training and retraining of workers are very important to the development of service. It is therefore our request that regular training through workshops, seminars, conferences within and outside Nigeria be organized for workers to build capabilities to meet with the current global challenges in the workplace. Low-cost housing for workers. It is regrettable that meaningful progress is yet to be made in Isiago Housing Estate project for workers because government has not been able to provide necessary infrastructure at the site as a part of condition for the Federal Mortgage Bank to approve and release the required loan to developers for the project. The Congress appealed to you, sir, our dear government, for a well-articulated policy and program that will ensure quick completion and delivery of low-cost housing for workers in the state. If this is actualized, we go a long way in alleviating the accommodation problem of workers whose meager salaries cannot afford to get them a decent accommodation. Labor house and operational vehicles and industrial unions. The Congress is desirous of a befitting labor house secretariat to serve the need of its affiliate members as to obtain in other states. We therefore request for your approval for allocation of land and assistance in construction of a labor house in the state. We also request for donation of operational vehicles for NLC and its affiliate union that have not benefited from such from the government. In conclusion, Mr. Governor, sir, our dear Governor, fellow comrades, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I conclude this address by appreciating and thanking our dynamic and indefatigable Governor, Soludo the Solution, for honoring our invitation and being part of this year's May Day address in his first as Governor of our dear state, Anambra. We assure you that Nigerian Labour Congress and its members are solidly behind you. We also wish to immensely thank all our members for trooping out en masse to commemorate this year's May Day celebration. To all our special guests and invitees who came from far and wide to identify with us at this hour, my gratitude knows no bound. It is my hope that we shall continue in the spirit of fraternity. Thank you and God bless. Long live Nigerian Labour Congress. Long live Anambra State. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Aluta! Aluta! Victoria Asa.
Present my presentation to Bikudo. Thank you. If you like and they will continue suffering. Suffering continues. And any politician secretary of suffering will continue. Oh, we call a real thing, what the thing is when can you hear that? But I think all over a satellite continue. Oh, now, what are you cutting? You never know where I'm going. You never can know all sectors, let us go get back. You have to when I don't have governor, I will run so to run no can go. You know, I have go like. When you tell one, watch the other time, you look at our or that piano weapon. Where put off was where go one line on the man, I want a lot on our to ready on it. Ask you. Or when we have a strike. wekwere na arụkwụ ha niile ekwesịrị ịlachi ọnụ kama na ọnwa anyị ka ọnwụ ka akpọ nke nwoke nwoke kwụsịte ka lata ya na-abụ ọnụ mgbe ebe nga ka ndị tọpụ when I ordered the GUC chairman, Comrade Chris Ogbonna, to deliver his address because this is the first time we are having it for the first time. Governor, Deputy Governor, all the members of State Executive Council,
An address delivered by the State Chairman of Trade Union Congress, Anambra State Council, Comrade Chris Ogbonna, on the occasion of May Day, so Workers' Day on 1st May 2020, at Dr. Alex Chukwuma Square, Okara. Mr. Governor, permit me to stand on the existing protocol duly established by the MC. I'm greatly delighted at this auspicious occasion to deliver my maiden speech as the Chairman of Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, Anambra State Council. I salute our Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, who is also having his first outing today in the May Day as we celebrate his victory at the coup and the solemn swearing-in on 17th March 2022. I pray that his entrance into leadership of the state at this critical period will bring hope to our workers and indeed the entire Anambra State citizens. I thank God for all that are in today's Workers' Day to honor our workers, as I cannot but express our deep gratitude and appreciation to you all. Amongst you are traditional rulers, our spiritual fathers in the Lord, Nigerian youth and distinguished labor leaders and the press. Today is very special in the hands of our workers as one takes historical memory down the lane. One will see that it has not been easy for our workers, but thank God because the clutches of slavery, intimidation and substitute is being loosed from autocratic hold of their employers as it was in the time of immemorial. But with the emergence of all the world rejoice on their victory and liberty they have gained. At present, the trauma being faced by our workers are compounded by COVID-19 pandemic that has invaded the world economy, leading to untold hardship, loss of jobs, and utter penury all over the world and country in particular. At every point, workers are at the receiving end. Moreover, insecurity, loss of lives have added another source of worries to our workers. The question is, where do we go from here? Security and protection of lives and property is the cardinal responsibility of any government, the state of the nation. Our country, Nigeria, is passing through a terrible situation in all fronts. Life is no longer safe and secure. Lives are lost on a daily basis. Hunger and poverty have taken the front banner. Hyperinflation and loss of real wages are the fate of our workers and the masses all over. Youth restiveness as a result of death of job tend to heighten the tension. Insecurity in our country has taken another awful dimension. Commuters are kidnapped, killed, and murdered in cold blood. The recent Abuja-Kaduna train attack by terrorists is the most pathetic one. Unfortunately, to date, there's no single arrest. Even our very dear Secretary General of TU, late Barrister Lawa Mohammed Koziki, was one of the victims. And the State Council Chairman of Kwara State is also a victim. We condemn this disorderly act and call on federal government to act fast before the entire nation is thrown into a precipice by bringing measures that will stem the tide of these evils. Particularly in our country. It is not that the federal government is not doing something in these areas, but they need to redouble their efforts to effectively bring the situation to an end. Incessant fuel scarcity and galloping inflation. Constant fuel scarcity and complaint by the federal government that she is spending a lot to subsidize importation of fuel to our country is a serious source of worries. The present federal government in its inception has promised Nigeria an end to fuel importation, as she would build modular refineries across the country and reactivate our refineries at Warri, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, etc. to start to operate at full capacity. Up till now, nothing very convincing has been done, and the entire country is in a state of tension and helplessness. As at present, for the last 3 weeks, we are at crossroads at fuel scarcity, and since devastating effect is very much with us. Again, the galloping inflation that is now with us is a great disservice to our people. This scenario has rendered so much thought about minimum wage meaningless. The effects of galloping inflation have negative multifarious consequences to our people and the economy. As wages of our workers can no longer take them anywhere, hence and regrettably they engage in cutting corners in order to make ends meet. Other causes of this malaise is incidents of high-class prostitution, kidnapping, robbery among our youth. Well, poor health facilities. One of the reasons why we are facing health challenges is because our hospitals are not fully equipped to meet our health challenges. Most of our politicians at any slightest health challenges travel outside the country for medication. This is not the case with other Nigerians who cannot afford the cost. Thus, we call on the federal government to secure the lives. For want of time, let me just be skipping some. Double taxation. Let's go back to why we are here, Anambra State government and our workforce. The cleanup at Okuko. We commend Mr. Governor for embarking on this suffering move to convert Okuko to an enviable city. As an adage says, cleanliness is next to godliness. The environment of our economic hub of Onitsha will wear a new look very soon. This will no doubt stimulate the economic activities in a higher level that will impact positively to our people. We say to our dear Governor, more grease to your airport. Your recent visit to Okuko shows that you do what you say. Equipment. The regular payment of salaries and gratuity. We commend the past Governor, Chief Dr. Willie Obiano for the legacy he left for 5 states of the Southeast by prompt payment of salaries and when due. This payment has made our state most stable. We implore you, Mr. Governor, to maintain the status quo and give our workers and retired ones a real hope. However, payment of gratuity have started to accumulate in arrears for about 2 years now. From the past government, however, payment of gratuity have started to accumulate in arrears for about 2 years now from the past government. We implore you, Mr. Governor, to commence payment of these arrears on the basis of first retired, first paid. Pension payments should be sustained and paid regularly to the pensioners. Well, the analysts have talked about the Nigerian minimum wage. I think I have to leave that because I talked about that one. TUC and 2023 election. The council wants to announce to all teaming members that the negative narrative that those our political arena has made her to agree to participate in partisan politics in 2023. TUC is going to partner with any political party with the same vision to change the negative atmosphere of our political terrain and make politicians to be accountable to the people and be impactful to the citizens of our country. Then, contributory pension scheme. The contributory pension scheme is not workable. The state pension law stipulates that state government should contribute 10%, while our workers contribute 5% of their basic salary. But since inception, in 2013, our workers have been contributing their own portion, while the state government has not contributed anything. Unfortunately, too, the deductions made from our workers are not limited to the appropriate pension fund administrators. We now ask, where does the money go to? We commend the state government for completion of 2020 promotion and demand for its release, while the 2021 and 2022 kick start immediately as it getting late and avoid it running into arrears. Promotion of workers is a veritable instrument of motivation and hence should be done promptly to strengthen the morale of our workers. My comrade and analysts have talked about housing. So we talked about training again. Stoppage of employing retired workers to continue in service. The state government should please stop engaging retired persons to continue in service, as it works against the promotion of those in the service to reach the utmost level in their career. When the retired workers are still allowed in service, the prospect of the junior ones are hampered. We therefore advise that the ban on employment should be lifted, that fresh graduates should be engaged to fill the vacancies that the retired have created. Usurpation of the civil service duties by politicians. We call on the state government to separate political functions from public duties. The stark reality is that most of the duties of the civil servants are taken over by political office holders, rendering our workers redundant and idle in their duties. The council enjoins the state government to continue to maintain robust and varied service by making appointment of sensitive positions like permanent secretaries from within the service, as the motivation of every service to public servants is that one day one may attain the height of permanent secretary. Our appointment outside the service dashes the hope of our workers. We have looked for a labor house and the provision of vehicles already mentioned at the NLC. In conclusion, we wish to express our profound appreciation for the physical presence of our dear governor and pray God will continue to strengthen him in all his endeavors. Mr. Governor, we assure you and your administration of maximum cooperation. We also express our gratitude for all the personalities that left their various engagements to grace today's Workers' Day. We pray that God, in his infinite mercy, will lead every one of you safely to our various destinations. Long live Nigeria, long live Anambra State, long live the labor force, Alota continues, Victoria, etc. The solution is here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Put your hands together. Please, those that will do the march pass, please get ready. If you waste time, we will cancel it. Please, those that will march, please get ready to march.
Get ready, those that will march.
At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen.
At this juncture, may I invite His Excellency, Mana Ekwelmo Pailachon. Mana, yeah, Mr. Governor, sir. If I knew what is happening, I don't know economic receipt line. I don't know economic receipt line. Lions and lionesses. Anyway, divide the X. Anyway, divide the X. Now the equation of that econometrics. And divide the X near this X and Y go here. Now put NLC and 2UC. But one thing, welfare of workers. And you're not putting here. Not follow minimum. And the man who make a minimum wage, I have a pure water be top naira man. Monetita pure water was of 20 naira. If I never vitamin C on a one table matter, wow, we talk about. Monetita, you were 15 naira again and calling a vitamin C, or 50 naira. Uno and a who wear 70,000 naira when you are minimum wage. It's a flat. When I get it down, flat to knock out 450, 500,000. I will the solution is I'm not like I did now. Solution I know with excellence. You will go I'm nobody to stand with you. And I know the excellence people, minimum wage, you see the people, the excellence. I now invite Mr. Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo CFR.
Hello. Hello. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solid, solid, solid. This moment, that my charge, okay, just text me back. And I go to that solidarity, and the next one I charge you, always there, today, tomorrow no more. If I die today, I will die no more. Today, tomorrow no more. If I die today, I will die no more. The Anambra Kenemono. The Anambra Kenemono. The Anambra Kenemono. Aya Diego.
Carry your tripod.
Tata Boka. Okun na mi fe neku. Omo nya Adam emese ase ko wale ya. Ana m asụ ya n'English Igbo maka na asị na-aka mma n'oyibo ịfụrụ adreesị a niile agụrụ asị mba n'oyibo asị na oyibo akarịa agụgidere ife a na-agụ ebe a gụgide ife ntị Igbo oyibo akarịa ebe a Chido abụrụ ya na-asụ ọ bụrụ Chido asị na oyibo akarịa mana nke izobe isi ụnụ na ụnụ amakasị tata bụ Labor Day ụnụ amakasị uniform ụnụ amaka oge nna ege ife a na-asụ asụgide oyibo asụgide Madam NLC ịsụgidere oyibo a gị na TUC ụnụ sụgide oyibo a na-asụ oyibo a maka workers a na-ekwu maka ya nnọgide ntọọnụ left nene kedu ndị a na-ekwu maka ibe a ntọọnụ ndị a na-ekwu maka ibe a ntọọnụ n'ebe na-ekwu onye ọdịbụka onye m na-ekwu maka ebe ọ bụla etu a nna na-ekwu ọ bụla etu a ka ndị a na-emegbu na-adị asịsị megburu anyị ta niile solidarity forever. Even bịa bụ ka mụ na ụnụ jọsa anyị kpalịa mụ nkilie ụnụ tata bụ Sọnde kilisie ụnụ wee sị ụnụ na ebidogo m ọrụ and the solution is here. Ọ bụ ya ka m bịa I don't mind that you got to me rock, Ranama. Makama no if you got some kita. You got some more than more for 5 eh? No, what I do? No, not that here. I want to get some. Man, I the machine because the line. I want to workers. That's about what they. Makana mama boy and I will say. Aso member, look at Aso. I can do it, I cannot want to back it up. Makana get Magida strike. I think 1996. Okay, Kugidelia, or 4 years, and I like it when they just strike. But 4 years, they walk with an art, they go and banners and Uguarundi Kuzibu anyway. Or 4 years, and I find a book when okay, find a yellow strike. But senior advanced payment and what? Senior just advanced payment, I was anyway, I collect the form. Mel I want to do Bella. What am I to see on ever? Mel and I, come Bella. That's an overall right from anywhere. Man, I thought advanced payment about where? So, Panya, more Bella. We are dying. In the book of the Give me, yeah. No, I'll see now. What are they at? Our packaging. Packaging below there, so that package here. Operator against our package, still our package here. But if I now go on, I will say I am the level. And when we celebrate today is to celebrate the workers all over the world. And we have assembled here today to celebrate the workers of Anambra State. The great workers of Anambra State. The people that make the state glow. The representatives of those who make it work. With our teachers, without you, there will not be Chalemwambafo. You know? With those of you in the ministries who keep all these agencies and ministries, the MDS work, the government stops and the state stops working. Oh yeah? So I invite you to celebrate you. To celebrate all of us. And through you to celebrate all the workers. The woman that is selling pepper, the truck pusher, the butcher, the motorcyclist, the keke driver, the bus driver, the trader, the apprentice, and yes, those in formal employment. The teachers, the civil servants, all of us are workers. That's one common denominator. We are all workers. And why do we work? For the good of society. To build a better society. In Anambra State, we are setting out to build that livable and prosperous homeland. And the Anambra workers, from the vulcanizer to the pepper seller, to the crayfish seller, to the akara seller, everybody works hard for Anambra to be great. All right? Today is our day to celebrate. And I just hope from the first celebration I without your approval, you know that your resource is there. If you haven't cashed it, at least you get without them. Well, man, let me say a Bob. Bob, what can I say? I can say, I can come on then. The man attached our celebration. They ban in that dress, so we're not going down now. We don't be out in the movement. No, I don't even know. Oh, no, man, no boss is swearing in. Oh, boss, yeah, I can report for work. Mona deputy, Michael, I buy an office, and we work for 8 hours, 45 minutes on that day. I was in the office till night. You know? We have come to do what? For work. The next day we set out to Oboko. A promise kept. We promised in the Anambra that either on the day of the swearing in or the next day we will be at Oboko to begin the journey towards our mega city transformation. And we've started. We have done what? Started. Obolo de Ijelon, Jafweto and the Chadi Bombo. My many roads and streets are Gaziaga, to build that livable and prosperous homeland, we must clean and green this city. And work has done what? Begun. The solution is here. Oka, Madam, some of you will be Oka. And one little notice were from yesterday or so. And one little around about the Bolusigaga. It's coming, and we will keep this city, all of us working together to make it a livable and prosperous homeland. And it will take all workers, all Anambra people at all levels to get it to happen. So we've come to celebrate you. You put in all the sacrifices. Most of you, most people who are in public service are really people who are paying to serve. You are paying to serve. And I want to celebrate you. But I want to say that to build that livable and prosperous homeland will require even greater efforts than you have put in before. Certainly for us to achieve a different result, we cannot repeat the same thing over and over and expect a different result. You will be called upon to do things, and many things, fundamentally differently from the way that we've done it before. But we will be doing so also in extraordinarily difficult circumstances. As I said in my inaugural address, we will probably be looking up to being able to squeeze water from stones. I've listened to the Charter of Demands, and I will come to them in a moment. But there is work to be done. From security, the worker will not be happy in a circumstance of insecurity. True or false? True. The worker will not be happy and productive in a circumstance where you don't have electricity. True or false? True. The worker will not be happy and productive in a circumstance where you don't have roads or transportation system, or where you are held up in traffic for 3, 4, 5 hours. Will you be productive and happy? No. This is all among a litany of other things. But we are coming for us to work together to build that new Anambra of our dream. It will require a lot of hard work. We are launching the framework for Anambra to be that livable and prosperous smart mega city. Smart mega city means everything technology, and technology everywhere. Everything technology, and technology everywhere. And what a place for Aboro. Aboro. Makande grow maka one thing you will know me for. I'm from politician or they can work also. Abonoma. If you take me that way, I say it as it is. I don't make pen to move. I go put too late in the day. Well, where guitar. Mom was in there no Kenya. Well, Mom was there. I tell you as it is. In Kenya, I say what I will do, and I do what I say. So, in that everything technology and technology everywhere, if I may respond to one of your things about managing motorbikes, no human being, nobody will collect one kobo again on behalf of government. All our monies will go straight to the bank account. So, madam, I don't know on your grown car. Gabo, bam, bam, bam. It's a very wrong thing even for you to say that. It means you just want the archaic thing to continue. Where in the world does it happen? The black will not really match. No. Manding to along the road. Now, we must clean these states. Or the human beings, you know. You can't take that. So I want to say to you, to my brothers at the other end, and well, all laws ought to be done. In the National Union, we will rethink even Ghana was in a society. It's only a video I did, and we're going to get the person out. On your load, I think or something. It was sent to me early hours of this morning, and I've sent my security people to go and check the person out. And when if I go, and when I will go for below man. Now I will go for. But the photo have taken it to me to a mere. If I need to go try. The number one thing demand all the campaign when we went round Anambra, the one thing that everybody was demanding, we went to Onisha, Obaru, and so on, Idemili North, campaigning. The number one thing they kept saying, true or false? Now, solution, you will put a Aboro, Pora, and Arakuzia, Imezina, Ifozo, just Aboro now, and I promised. And I promised. And there's a promise that we're bound to keep. And we have announced Aboro Megene. We will not take that. I want to be clear about it. Okay? That's very, very clear. This message must be very clear and precise. We are not going to go back to Egypt. In fact, the new system of revenue I agree with that. Gabo such that ndị keke, ndị boss, ndị va, falo fakurano wafa kwesele to government. When we prove that they have paid that, they will be free to enter any motorbike, load and offload free of charge. That's where we're heading to. And over time, we're going to have technology. You will the card, you will card, you buy about 10 years, or maybe you get load or you offload and you do what? You leave. All we will have in the motorbikes will be people to keep the place clean. Full stop. What do you care about human beings? I want to say this and set this message very, very clear, and so that there will be no misunderstanding. Our people, my friends, who are in the commodity industry, we have to do it another way. Only they all travel abroad. We want to buy the Keba. We want to say all America, all Ifa. We will ever buy Nigeria. We fully work over too much. So we are all going to work together. I have a photo on it. We are desilting the place. What an in there, but in a do. And we're also coming to Oka. We're heading to Newe, we're going to Claudia. And this is going to happen the entire 21 local governments. By the time we want to devolve responsibilities back to the local government because we want the local government system to work. We're going to have local government election. We're going to devolve it back. Keep the place clean and green. Maka anyị megide ife a na-eme ebe ndị ala nọ. Ndị mmadụ akpọfusigo na Anambra na-agbakọta neighboring cities. Eziokwu ga-asị. Onitsha is dead. Onitsha is dead. We are waiting to resurrect it alive. Because of the Agboro and lawlessness, impunity. Is why if a Kuru Baro and Apple. You know? Are you listening to me? The local government system will be back. The local system, government system will be back. Now we are going to have the TC chairman. We are going to appoint maybe for a little while, for us to put in place all the strengthening and restructuring of the local government and strengthening the place and devolving responsibilities and their finances back to that level. Yeah, we'll get down there. Once we finish strengthening that, we will conduct the local government election because we are going to transform Anambra from below. We will transform Anambra from below. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We are getting there. We will get there. Let me be clear to you, my dear friends. Anambra ga dị mma, mana ọ ga-ewe anyị ncha niile ime ka ọ dị mma. And I will tell you this. Unu chọọ ndị otu unu so welu na-afụ mara ego na-abata na mara ebe ọ na-eje. If you like, we even have your representative maybe. I would even in a state where I will say on a table. We are declaring a state of emergency on roads and traffic. We are declaring a state of emergency on roads and traffic. How will it be funded? It must be funded. We are cleaning and cleaning the place. It must be funded. We're thinking about electricity. We're thinking security of life and property. Security of life and property. We've said to our friends, our brothers and sisters, single from the name agitation. But a whole lot, there's nothing wrong with agitation in a democracy, provided you do that within the law. Manande nke pozi idebili n'ime ọfịa si ebe a na-ekidnap ndị mmadụ ịnọkọta isi ebe a pụta bụrụ egbe gbaa onye na-enwere ife ọ na-eri or agitation ka ọ bụzi. Ọ bụzi agitation. It's criminality. And let me tell you, we arrested quite a number of people, and what we discovered was that 85% didn't mean back to one state, another 15% another state, not one in Anambra. Okay? The second one, we took the battle to them. I had to go too far. But what is there? Oh, when they say, oh, he was in there. Downtown, we must take back our land. We must take back and develop our land. We must take back our land. We went to Osumohu. We saw them there. And the tragedy of what is going on is that these guys return to idolatry. Ebeni nefano, hage doa alonse, doa katiozu, doa nke eba na aja ango mmante mmadi. Uwa to Osumohu, the camp ebe fano, alonse fano, katiozu doga. We went to Oboji, Aguleze Tuku, the same thing. They smoke out. I don't want to mention the places. You just running a matter never. That's why they had notebooks. One notebook a record they kidnap. Nego Hapo. Onyenka paid 5 million, balance 2 million. Onyenka paid 5 million, free. Onyenka paid 2.5 million, free. Onyenka, more than 30 vehicles parked there. I say then on agitation for Biafra. Absolute nonsense. I ain't jump over that. What on your but I know? How we must take back our land. It's the number one priority. It's the number one priority for all of us. And we are going there. We must take back our land with God on our side. Anambra will be peaceful and prosperous. So, not all of the lying chat. And let me say to you, about the agenda, you have a manifesto. This is one time that a manifesto has been used for an election, and we are determined to implement that manifesto. We are determined to do what? To implement that manifesto. One of the pillars of that manifesto was governance, rule of law, and value system. That's the number 3 pillar. And that is where you fit in. You fit in. Those of you in the public sector, where you fit in. That agenda to get by, to get a very productive civil service, public sector to work. I've got a lot of things on no demand. If I need no there, but get it, go where make it, or them man, or I will come to that, my response to it. So if you know the guy. Man, if eventually charge on NLC, TUC, the leaders, who may book and not to think you do no good, man, no patami abosea, or Simon Onofo. Or to even the Asaka one, upon a meeting on one. Oh my God, you could ask an car. Won't especially put general. Okay, you put executive government group general. What? No, can do all of the apple. Go to have even find peace. Otherwise, all of them are that they go back. All I go back. Makan be come straight. People say I'm worried. What I will do, what I won't do. Malay bag and see me, you make it gossip. And by the way, when I said no, I say I have only one protest. And then I'm only uniform and in actually tell them more there. Look at what I can figure. Actually tell them here. You think I'm just a bit time and Anambra, dear, man, got the giant. Where put Aqua? Where put here? One of 11 million. Okunu for ebe Uno for ebe malapa uri. Uno my friend man, whether and say emblem and to it. Oh, I where my Wallopa Abuet and Megan, yeah. I want to challenge you. Hey, you Munka, come well. Just at the next one, next year, part of this Greater Anambra agenda is the Made in Anambra agenda. It's the Made in Anambra agenda. Because let me tell you, we must think that way. In a way, our there. So now we the only textile in the southeast. General cotton mills on the town. And that textile is dead and liver. Can you imagine if the 215 or 225 million Nigerians, everybody wears made in Nigerian textile? You will probably put out more than 15, 20 million people who are unemployed out of the street. You know that. So anytime that you buy a cloth, a shoe, not made in came the made in Obunike and Onisha. I haven't got a shoe. Upon Namia, if we are Madasia, Nanette on Italy. And I said, I sleep on name, everything. All made in Obunike and made in Onisha. By that, what's no. So now the next year, if I'm in the next 2 years, a big Emelia, I won't have and I will the year on them and Anambra and I put a square. Yeah. Since I patronize over met the equator, the woman one year, they can't meet the others. Their prices gone up and they're making money. Let me tell you, today I'm challenging the NLC TUC. I told them that when they came to see me, that we need to move from an agitation movement to a movement for constructive development. In the Charter of 17 or so demands in the NLC address, it's all about me, myself, and I. It's all about you. What about the society? How do we create that new society? When you wear something made, not made here, you are promoting the workers there. You are empowering the workers there. But the government here see what doesn't go do empower. When you yourself, by your own decision, now empower your fellow workers in other countries of the world. Empower your own and we create prosperity at home. I want that message to go home. Independent on us, you tell us the fact that I will follow in China. Everyone will show. Everyone will quit. Well, so NLC, if you do this year, but the next year, you very one, you go walk, you quit. I am what the our own quit, they buy a book and the now can you link out this year? Next year, all card in made in Anambra or Nabai, Juden. And finally, I want to say, Emma, if any night they got you 17, Nyainka, Labour, one guy, link Abia, Kunkepa, their communities, and that's it. The community in Anambra, they are their number one demand. Okay, their number one demand. Every community. Road. Community of natural Guinea, you know. You were taking in Anambra resources, even in Ireland, whether bought from federal IGR. Well, it will be a drop in the. He will take the whole allocation resources IGR to start addressing the phone of the labor. It's not enough. He will take so. The demands are about 100. Each one of them, the total resources he will address enough to address. And you know the state of affairs, one of the state of finances. Okunuma. Abo na mara emende vai akowale de pamsek ono yakowale ono. So I want to say something here. Head of service here. Okay, head of service never. MSA head of service SSG. SSG there? Yes. Okay, what is it? I think if I get member, because I don't stand here if I open and, so yeah, without punching the numbers. I get not to an Megan punch the numbers. Mala, what I can say to you, one thing, I want you to go on with this. And I said it to you the day I came to the Secretariat before the election. I said to you that I have a record with Labour. As governor of Central Bank, to the best of my knowledge, but the Labour Union, at least before I came, the Labour Union, Central Bank, had to give me an award for taking care of the welfare of workers. They gave me an award. Think about how many times your employer award for doing that. But I have that record. I am somebody who has headed such institutions and was rewarded by the Labour Union with an award. It's unprecedented in the history of the Central Bank. And what I assure you, when I feel it because when I told them on this heavy, and I just say after the war, on this heavy duty thing, you clean, this machine said you have and so on. 2 to 4 years, or you see overall 5 years, ask Ivan and Manapur, all there. As far as I was concerned, my father was engineer. Oh, can't go there, come out, no driver, no driver. So now I told you, let's check on my go. And by the 20th or 21st, he might got the response. No, I can't get it back. So I grew that way, and I understand it. So if I know na connect this in Ghana, I just strike. No, I understand it. You don't need to. You are talking to. We should be on this side, talking to them. Tell them. Now you turn on the same side. Come on, I'm not. I have to remind myself. No, I'm not going to. Okay, I'm going. I go out there. Tell them. You were not terrified because walk at the door will go. So we will have a team to review all of this. But I can take one thing from me. within the financial capacity of the state to do. The welfare and productivity of our workforce will remain a major priority of this government. That we can go on. But I'm not going to say, yeah, more this and that. But also, let me tell you this. The salaries that have been paid, I'm glad you acknowledge that. We still insisted, even March. Even this month. March, the allocation, even and whether from Abuja didn't come. I was having a meeting in Abuja and I called and I said, no. If we had to borrow and pay. And that was borrowed and paid. Come on, I put you up on the back. Okay, this month was also the same. The allocation didn't come, but you were also paid. And that's an indication to you that this remains a priority for Challenge Wamba. But, good. That said, the rest of the things said this is we are going to take them, check them, and put everything on the table. Get the and finally, let me tell you the one that touched me so deeply. It's about the pensioners. And they couldn't only looking at 35 years or 60 years. Now, only that one, when the presentation was made to me, it made me very emotional. As some pensioners that left in 2018 or thereabout have not received their gratuity. Is that? Or 2017. Yeah. But let me, even before I said that, tell you this. Teachers, all of us. We all pass through teachers. We have our children in schools, or you had, or you still have them. Oh yeah. Everybody, the future of this society depends on the teachers. It's in the hands of the teachers. The future of this society is in the hands of the teachers. But we must have teachers to teach our children. And that is why, but we must also demand quite a lot from our teachers and try to give them what they need to give to our children, because you can't give what you don't have. We are going to strengthen and empower our teachers to continue to deliver. And we have passed on the message. I don't know whether that advert has gone out. The advert that, and I'll tell you, in my community, I have for some years now been paying for about 39 PTA teachers in various schools. So I know that there aren't enough teachers in the schools to teach our children. But that's the foundation of every society. And I have said, whatever it takes, we are going to recruit teachers and put them at school. And that advert must go out very shortly. If it hasn't already, because I expected it to have gone out last week. Or this week that ended. Okay? But we are back to our pensioners. That's where I conclude. For those who are, I feel the pains that they feel. I hear several days, several people who are retired come asking for their benefits. The resources are not there. Let's be clear about it. But let me be sure one thing. I have said the first thing that I want to come down to is that for those who retire, whatever that has gone, we've told the Accountant General and Commissioner for Finance that we will, whatever it is, whatever we can afford each month, we must go back in time to when that started. From those who first retired, you know, hope is everything. They must have hope that they will receive something. And so, as the NLC president said, and this is true, I think the checks have been written, maybe some have received theirs, and some will still receive theirs. And we've said every month, going forward, we must have something paid to some of those. We will continue, and we are hoping that over a period of time we will be able to pay. That is with regards to the backlog. But with regards to those who retire from the 17th of March, when I assumed office, they are now retire from the 17th of March 2022. Their gratuity must be paid promptly. Their gratuity must be paid promptly. Now, I am saying, are you hearing me? Because the backlog is running into several billions, which we can't afford to do. So we will be clearing it gradually. But for those who retire under my watch, you will get your payment the day when you retire. Oh yeah? The solution is here. Oh. The NLC President said that the solution is here. Yes, we will. Come after is making it. Well, when I just break the tear, I just the tear. I say, walk it out. And I couldn't no years old. I think this very bad to go out. Well, and I couldn't go one. No, if I can't and if you couldn't retire, so we will be dealing with the backlog as we get resources. At least every month there must be something. But for those who retire going forward, that's under my watch. You are my own retirees, and we must declare that up. I have said that to you. And finally, like I said, really now I know that you. Nah, oh no, la ropa rola for 1 week in the day. Because I don't know. Well, I don't know. Where the Kadiva, the Katakada, Olura, Kakada, that's why I get out there, I have no weekend. So, if I get my own name, we are in this together. Upon Namia, together, we are in this together. Onya malong dog and memo nyapuo. Here we are. We're calling on the Anambra and indeed everyone who has something to offer us to build this livable and prosperous smart megacity. So please come forward. Like I first said, there are some platforms where you could reach us publicly. Okay? And the only one can only send the Mulum private, send the Alumnia. Are you getting me? Yes, I read as much as I can. And I didn't get me for a boy. Come and talk. Come and tell me. And no wrong, I call in a phone, and whatever I say, I tell me for it. Say I can leave for, I say, I'm going to phone. Who can over the phone? I can afford everybody say just 1 minute, yeah, for 1 minute, open phone, can't have open phone. maka amụrụ m oles ma anyị na-agba izu igbu mmadụ nke mụ na ya ama agba o nwere okwu ada ebụrụ okwu fon na kama ọ mee ife anyị tinye na WhatsApp. So advise us, suggest to us, come with your own proposals. I want you all in the union to become not just agitators but solution providers. For you to become solution providers. It's not enough to talk about galloping inflation and this and that. We want the union to become involved, not just to list a litany of problems. And together, when this committee comes up, and I'm pretty sure they will finish, I'm glad the two persons are here. They will co-opt some others who are necessary to study even on their line, and by the time we meet again, then things will be ticked up. But we are coming down to you. We'll be coming down to the Secretariat. We will have meetings. Mandiga provide power, my technology. Diga will last my connection, good access to cheap internet access to the Secretariat, and so on. My electricity that will become 24 hours. We are working hard to improve your working conditions. We're working very hard. These are things that we may not see easily until you switch on and you get it to work. So, while you keep working, just be rest assured that challenge one back on a deputy. I am tomorrow Sunday, I am tomorrow Monday, I am tomorrow Saturday. I now 24/7. I now 24/7. Yesterday, he was supervising the waste clearance marker, and I sent him my niece access. So, and they put on the China, they put my boss. And this is the way that it will go. But just be rest assured that you are uppermost. You are a very critical priority. And your productivity is what will make Anambra shine. Ndị ọzọ ga na-abịa na-apụ ka anyị si eme ya. Ikekwe anyị nọdị na-agafe na ọfịa arụ adị na Nigeria. Anyị ma ka anyị ga-esi navigate here. But the good news, bugoro na nke na-abịalụ nke a na-eme tịkọm na cha kapachala ya mma na aka ga na-eme gịnị ọkanagodo atịkọ na-atịkọ mgbe e nwere na ime ibe a o megịnị jọmpụkwa mana ka anyị na-toletukwa anyị ga-akọntinu make sure na ọ na-eme gịnị na ọ ka na-atịkọ. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Only solidarity forever. And while you are standing, there is a fallen hero I want to use as a point of contact to ask for the peaceful repose of all the souls faithfully departed. Today is Sunday, and today we lost a great soul, a great compatriot, a foremost apostle of this project, Anambra, the host of the Anambra Alliance, and the founder of the Soludo Promoters Forum, and who has recently been appointed the MD of Anambra Signage Agency. I spoke with him about 4 p.m. yesterday. This SSG spoke with him about after 4. We are planning about the agenda going to, where we're planning the launch of Security Trust Fund. And he was busy putting together quite a number of things in relation to that. But unfortunately, we received the shocking news that he passed on last night. May the soul of Joe and Atune and the souls of all the faithful departed. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, the solutionist. Thank you, Mr. Governor.
People at this juncture have been directed by the Chief of Protocol and Deputy Chief of Staff that only 6 industrial unions so please, those that have been mentioned to march past, please come out. One, come on, one. Give me the number. In the next 5-10 minutes, we're out of here. The 6 industrial unions, you will merge. Chukwuma Soludo, the solutionist hereby, to mount the podium. Medical ahead, I'm waiting for you. The government cannot be waiting for you here. Come on! March on! Don't look back. March on, march on, march on. Workers in the 21 local government areas in Anambra State. Workers in the 21 local government areas. Comrade Okolo, the state secretary. Comrade. Hey, the commissioner is ready. The commissioner is the leader of the team. The commissioner for local government and state affairs. Electricity. National Union of Electricity Employees. National Union of Electricity Employees. National Union of Local Transport Workers, led by their chairman. That's all. National Union of Road Transport Workers. The next group is National Association of Nurses, led by their chairman, Anambra Elite, and the chairman JNC, Comrade Anambra Elite. Nurses Association. Senior Staff Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria. I can see the pamphlet leading them. I can see the pamphlet leading the senior civil servants. AB Alex is the secretary. AB Alex is the secretary. Senior civil servants. That's God. No delay. Go ahead, move on. Don't delay. The next group, I think the last but not least, the next group is Senior Staff Association of Universities, Teaching Hospital, Research Institutes and Association Institutes. Then the Nigeria Civil Service Union, founded in 1912. Civil Service Union, the first and the foremost industrial union in Nigeria, founded in 1912. I can see the chairman and the secretary. Farmer Construction. Farmer Construction is next. Farmer Construction is followed by Iron and Steel Senior Staff Association. Then the staff of NLC. The staff of NLC made up of chairman and secretary. The staff of NLC, the state of NLC, made up of chairman and secretary. The chief of protocol and deputy chief of staff of protocol. Senior staff, that's it, Glamour. That's it. That's it. National anthem, please. National band is okay. National anthem, please. The band is okay. After the national anthem, His Excellency will depart. We thank him. We've never had it so good. now I thank the Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Governor. We appreciate. I want to thank you especially for using the Anambra-made motto, innocent vehicle. All his vehicles are innocent motors, from innocent motors. It's not easy. As well as that from his deputy, innocent motors. Innocent motors. We thank you, we appreciate you, Mr. Governor, Professor Chukwuma.